Have you ever felt like everyone is ahead of you in life? No matter what you're doing, it just feels like everyone has more money, more success, more of everything else. Well, if that's how you feel, this video is for you. In this video, I will cover the 7 reasons why you feel financially behind, and we'll uncover together if that feeling is actually valid. Number one, judging a book by its cover. Appearances on the surface are not actually an accurate depiction of one's wealth. I'll give you an example of a car. It's normal that many of us assume that whatever you drive is a reflection of how much money you have or your net worth. So let's pretend you have $600 that you want to spend on transportation each month. You are a realistic and a moderate person, so you go ahead and get yourself a 2021 Corolla, and it has a monthly payment of about $424. So after adding the gas, insurance, and all, it eventually comes to the $600 you initially budgeted to spend. What you have also done is you have decided to pay off this car in 5 years so that afterwards it becomes your own and you do not have to make a monthly payment after that. However, you have this friend called Duni, who is also your work colleague, and then one day you are both grabbing coffee and having a conversation as co-workers would usually do, and you find out that you both earn the same salary. In between that conversation, Duni starts complaining to you about a cost of transportation. And that's surprising to you because she talked about paying $459 monthly. And you are aware that she currently drives a 2026 BMW i4 series. Something doesn't add up here. If you are driving a BMW, we are on the same salary. How am I not able to do that? Well, she's telling you the truth, but she's not giving you the full story. Duni actually got that car on a 3-year lease, on a special lease, and she also had to pay $5,000 down. After 3 years, she would have to return the car. Now, she pays $459 monthly on that car, and also she has a higher insurance and she pays more for gas. So, if you compare apples to apples, you look at it clearly. Who really is doing better financially? Who is making a better financial decision? Judging a book by its cover is the fastest way to feel insecure financially. Focus on what you can control and put blinders on the rest. Number two, spending habits are invisible. Let's assume that you are somebody that loves to invest as well as have great experiences, say travel and go to nice places. On the other hand, your friend Juliet loves to acquire material possessions, shoes, bags, and she makes her hair every month. However, she does not invest, and when it's time for experiences, she's at home sleeping. Who really do you think is living a richer life? You might not have all the material possessions that Juliet has, but you have peace of mind, you have money that you have invested growing in the background, and you also have more life experiences. So, looking at it superficially, you are comparing yourself to someone that has a different spending priority. If you prefer to spend on material things, it will be visible. But if you prefer to spend on investment or invest your money, that will not be seen by people. So focus on what matters. Number three, people that are rich do not appear so. Wealth is actually very quiet. I have a friend's dad who is worth 9 figures in dollars, and when you see this person, is always in shorts and shirt. Very simple, very basic, no extravagant wristwatches, nothing loud, no unnecessary accessories. And I'm not saying those things are bad, but that's just how he has chosen to live his life. And when you come across him, you would assume he's somebody very average. Another good example is most of our friends or most people that you know travel to places, to tourist landmarks, and only the pictures of the place that you see. You don't know how they got there, you don't know where they stayed during that vacation or that visit. Many of them are wealthy and even slept in villas that you cannot see. So the wealthy do not actually show off. They like to keep things very, very quiet because of their privacy. So Having that type of lifestyle might appear to you as that person is not wealthy or they are not rich just because they are not flaunting, but in actual sense, they are actually doing very well. Number 4, comparing yourself upward. Very, very rarely do we compare ourselves to less. We always compare upwards. And that can be seen very much with the case of job titles. Job titles vary based on location, company, the industry. A vice president in a particular company might have the same exact responsibilities as a senior manager in a different company. With startups, we are all very used to title inflation, usually just because they are trying to keep their employees. So instead of focusing on the job title, why don't you focus on if you're growing, if you're learning, if you're earning? Those are the things that matter. Number 5, expecting too much too soon. Online, we are constantly being shown stories of quick wins without seeing the losses that they had to suffer behind. Platforms like Wall Street Bets celebrate massive wins loudly and do not talk about the losses except it's really catastrophic. So just know that money is not easy to make. It takes time, discipline, and consistency. Number 6 is the greener on the other side syndrome. Why do we assume that most people that have money did not work for it? That's actually not true. Many people did work for their money. Some people had to give up health, time, and in fact, relationships with loved ones for higher income. Some other people chose balance instead. If you search yourself, you would realize that sometimes you don't want to have the life that they lived to get to where they got to. And finally, the silent cost of family support. We all don't talk about how much it is or how much of a head start other people get because of the type of family they come from. Usually because they were born into wealth, and as well, they potentially have some generational wealth flowing in their lineage. It doesn't mean that these people did not work hard. What that tells you is they have a different head start, and that is your reality. It's not something you can control. It's something you have to come to terms with. So, if you're constantly feeling financially behind, you might not actually be behind. You are making comparisons based on visible outcomes, incomplete information, and distorted timeline. Go ahead and focus on your path. Control the things that you can and put blinders on every other thing. Trust me, you are doing better than you think. If you love this content, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you can continue seeing and getting relatable contents like this. Talk to you later. Bye.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24-26.